Oh, what about ye? Big Volvo XC90? D5, all-wheel drive?
Customer complaint is check engine light is on, warning here in words on the dashboard. It's low on power, and he says there's like a whooshing noise when you boot it.
So I'll do a quick scan there. So on the OBD side of things, with the check engine light on, you know you're going to get an OBD2 code. So there's it there, P0101. So MAF circuit range performance, that's dead on. And let me see, here we are with in the Volvo side of things. What have I got there? It's turbo control, low pressure, MAF signal, cruise control, air quality sensor, internal fault, that's the climate control. So all we've really got here, turbo control too low pressure, and sensor signal too low, MAF sensor. So yeah, so he's complaining that he's hearing a whooshing noise whenever he puts it on throttle. So yeah, so it's all the indications of a boost leak. So this Volvo D5 engine, 5-cylinder, diesel, common rail. You can see there's a common rail there. Injector high pressure pipes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-cylinder, 2.4. So we'll see if we can find a handy spot on a pipe and we'll smoke it. Here's a pipe down here, just where it comes off the turbo, and heads into the intercooler and then heads back up to the throttle body and in through here. So in the intake there. So we'll take that in there off. There we go. We'll get our intake bladder in there. Give her a pump up. There we go, ready for a puff of smoke. Stick her in there. Let her go at that. Build up a bit of pressure. And we have smoke. Up in the top left, a picture there. Well, I think that's quite conclusive. Yeah, so we'll have a wee look, see what that is. So we're looking out of the end of this wee boy here that's moving about on its own. And this is the actuator for the swirl flaps. And if I have a wee look, we can see there's the actuator rod, not connected. So yeah, it's dead easy to move about there on its own. You'd near think it wasn't actually doing anything, but on closer inspection we can see a lot of oil, you know, a lot of black around it. So yeah, it's looking out at the end. It's a wee plastic bushing in here, and the swirl flaps sit in the head. Check this actuator motor just to make sure it's working. Do a bi-direction control. Alright then, so we need to replace the swirl flaps, and so to get this intake manifold off, its rocker cover off, injectors have to come out, this strut brace along the top here, it goes across onto that top engine mount, has to come off, obviously the lines have to come off there, and yeah, that's it, let's get to it. So we're a wee bit further on, and a few pipes removed here and there, you know. So there's pipes that go over the rocker cover there, and clearly the high pressure pipes that go to injectors. Now we'll have to remove these injectors. So with all the bolts removed from the clamps and any lines that are plugged up, as you can see, and what I've done was I've put a taste of this stuff down the sides there, and yeah, injector dismantling aid. So we've put that down in and let it soak in for about 20 minutes. So we need to loosen these up a wee bit by twisting it a bit, you know. So brass drift. So we're getting there, I think. We're getting there. So big spanner on her here, and so we're starting to get a bit of movement in that one. This is a particularly stuck one here. So we'll just tease her left and right, and see if we can get more movement on it. So the drift and twist method has worked okay for 1, 2, and 3, but she ain't moving on these ones. So we need to up the game and try something else. That's all the injectors out and labelled to their corresponding cylinder. And number 1 there is the only one that came out with the copper washer. So we need to do a good clean up of the sleeves and remove these copper washers. So yeah, we're not finished yet. This is the only tool that I have found that works every time when pulling injector seals. And it's a wee slide hammer job and never fails. And finally, we're going to polish the seat. I'm not going to cut these seats because it wasn't leaking combustion gases. So I'm just going to give the seat a polish with this by here. So it doesn't take much. I'll get a wee look at that, see how it... Yeah, that's the job. So the injector's out and everything removed there, so that allowed us to take off the intake manifold cum rocker cover, as it's all one unit. So we'll get a wee look at these Swirl flaps. So there we go, that's where our boost was leaking, out of here. So that's our flaps there, and they're just sitting in there in wee plastic pieces here. So they're just worn out, and that's our problem. But there's a lot of carbon here, a lot of carbon. So there's intakes here beside the injectors and the intake where the Swirl flaps are. So the throttle body, as it's called, intake flap, is completely caked up as well. We're handheld now, so this might be a bit shaky. So there's our Swirl flaps, and there's our intake down in there. So yeah, it would be remiss of me to leave that like that, so I'm going to seeing half of this is removed here, so I'm going to take that contraption off. So there's an EGR there, and then the intake flap is behind it there, and that's the inlet pipe. So yeah, we'll remove that, but we can't get a repair kit for these here. I'll just show you that. So here it is, and this was supplied as a kit, and it's everything I need in this kit. So there's a new wee arm actuator there, and there's 4 seals, Bosch injector seals, 5, sorry, for the 5-cylinder. Victor Reigns rocker cover gasket, new gaskets there, and yeah, so you don't want to be taking that off again, so definitely put a new gasket on it. And then the fending article itself is made by this Products of Sweden there, and we'll just pull it out. And there we have our flaps. Oh, there's a bag away. So there we have our flaps, and it's just held with this this bit of package in here. So you slide all that off, and it just slots in. But there's a pretty significant clean-up operation required here now, and yeah. So the Volvo genuine parts come in a box exactly like that. It just says Volvo on it. So I don't know where they're the wee supplier or not, but that came all as a kit, and that's what we need. So there we go. Okay, I think that's all I'm going to film. I'm going to clean it all up, get the vacuum cleaner out, and give that intake a good power hosing. Get that intake flap cleaned out manually, so it's just all time consuming, messy, and that's about it for that. So hope you get something out of it, hope you enjoyed it. All the best, thanks for watching as ever, and bye bye.